Let's see. Bondo Billy. Live. Technical difficulties, just like always. Okay, let's see what we got going on in the live chat. Turn down this noise maker here. Live chat. Let's see. James Roberts. Hey James, I saw Twisted Smoke Bar a minute ago. Yeah, I'm doing a test of the YouTube broadcast system again now that we got new equipment and stuff like that. I've been finishing up the Riviera, so I thought I'd take a break before I go home. It's getting late. Just got a few more little trinkets to put on and then we're done. Anton, quack, quack, quack. Let's see, how do I make this chat bigger so I can see what's going on? See, I can only see one comment at a time. I don't like that. What is this? There we go. Thank you. Rodrigo Barbosa, Shelby Douche. Let's see, Anton, Twisted Smoke Bar, Anton James. Now, my one almost good eye has a hard time keeping up with all this. Just to let you know, I don't have my helper here to call out the questions and stuff. Zach Price, he just did 5 hours of wiring on a boat. Well, that's torture. Any kind of wiring is torture, even for 5 minutes. Eddie Ibarra, he's in North California. You didn't miss anything because I just started just a minute ago. Yeah, my wife, Mrs. Billy's off babysitting, and she's got to pick me up because I don't have another ride. Bondo Brian's Jeep broke down, so I'm stranded here till the cows come home. Maybe we're not telling Mrs. Billy I said that, because she's got to come get me. Let's see. Everett West, 58. He's in Indiana. Just got out of the garage. Well, I feel the garage after about 5 o'clock or so, so I'm tired. The trains never sleep. The train going by wearing me out. Mike Rundell. Let's see. James wants to know if I need him to come get me. No, Miss Billy come get me. I figured I'd use this time waiting on her to do a live stream for the YouTube guys, since I haven't done one about a year or so, since they ticked me off. Let's see, Anton. Mrs. Billy kicked me out again. Yes, Mrs. Billy kicked me out again. Let's see, Corey McCauley, Candy Paint. My train's coming in. Yeah, my train went on by. Now, let's see, I give you an update. Now, since I'm almost ready to polish this, I decided to clean the shop because it was an absolute disaster area. It looked like a hurricane came through and just destroyed the place. Just crap everywhere, dust, dirt, all the stuff you don't want around when you're gonna polish a car. You clean things up. But while I was at it, I rearranged everything and got everything nice and neat. So the working environment would be a lot better. So remember that Bondo Billy's been doing it for 50 years. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there will back me up on this. When your shop is neat, you feel like working a lot more. When it's a disaster area, you feel like getting out of there and going to the house. So back when I was doing the panel truck, real long 3800 series panel truck, there wasn't enough room in the garage at the guy's house to even work on anything. So I was tripping over stuff like that. So it was not a whole lot of fun. But once you get your place all cleaned up, sorted out, well, then life can be a dream, and everything will be a lot better. So tomorrow when we're polishing the car, there won't be dirt everywhere getting in our polish and making it even harder to get it polished up. So I feel good about the final step before we put it on a trailer and take it to Arkansas. Let's see. Twisted Moper, hit that like button. Yeah, I like to see the hearts flying around on the sides. So y'all make the hearts fly. Oh, who's that? Little Joe Compton, 165. Can't hear me. Does anybody else can't hear me? Oh, I know why you can't hear me. Because the iPhone's way over there and I'm way over here. Now, I had some earphones. I'm not sure I can connect them with the iPhone. But that's the kind of thing we need to learn, is that we need to have the remote microphone hooked up if the iPhone's going to be way over there. So I'll get a little closer, get a little more scary. Yeah, the sound quality ain't the greatest when the thing recording your voice is 10 feet away. So I'll give you a look around and hear me better while I do this. I got all my paint stuff sorted out and on the shelf, and got all different kinds of urethane primers and DTM primers and epoxy primers and hot rod black and base coat and clear coat, and got all the good stuff. And over here it's just neatened up a lot. There's not junk and trash everywhere. So that's the way we like it. Got my shelves sorted out with no junk on there, just tools and stuff. Got room to put some more tools. So set that back there, and we'll be starting on cutting and welding on the U-Do garage coming up as soon as I take the Riviera back to Arkansas. So that'll be good. Christopher C. 3017 Green Country says hello. All right. Let's see, let me see everybody. McLean Ranch out in California. Hey, McLean's. Let's see who we got. Did I miss anybody up there? No. Now, Chris Moper, Dennis he's been watching me for a long time, about 3 years now. I got to get back on Ed's duster here. As soon as I get this out of my way, I'm going to be doing, going back to the cutting and welding where I left off to fix the rust holes and stuff around the back window, put the patch panels on the back, behind the quarter or behind the tires, and put the weld taillight panel back on. So that's going to be good content for the do-it-yourselfers to see that there's nothing to it the way I do it. And got lots of fabricating on. We got a bunch of cars coming. We got cars already in waiting, a 65 Impala convertible, 69 Camaro. Well, actually they're not in waiting. They've already been stripped to the metal. They're waiting on me to come do some cutting and welding on. So I'll get to it, but like I say, this one here takes precedence over all of them. I've got to get it back to Arkansas. And then see all this chrome stuff? See all this chrome trim, bumpers and stuff like that? You can't bring me a car with that stuff on it. I won't take it unless you just want me to cover it up, tape, paint it, because I'm not taking none of this stuff off, put it back on again. I've been working on this car for more than a week, and just little things, missing this, you know, specific screw, you know, got a whole pile of screws, but just the one I need ain't there, so I go chase stuff down. I'm not gonna do that stuff anymore. I'm too old for that crap. General Bacon. Oh, Anton's talking about General Bacon. Yeah, General Bacon's looking forward to seeing his Riviera back in the driveway. Let's see, John Wilburn, No Name Nationals. Well, I was gonna say I had my No Name Nationals t-shirt on yesterday, but I didn't want to tell you, but it's faded out so bad you can't tell what it says. Better tell that t-shirt company to use some better ink or something. I never should have washed it. Zane Turner is 4478. He can hear me just fine. He can hear me just fine. He's probably young, got good ears. That other guy's probably old like me. Okay, anybody got any questions about stuff? I got answers. They might not be right, but I got them. What kind of clear coat did you use on the Riviera? I used, let me see. Oh, it's over here in this other cabinet. Let me roll over here and show you what I got. On the Riviera, I used Kirker EC300 Ultra iSaws Clear. Pretty good stuff. Now, when I'm going for the Super Duper Show car, I'll be using the top shelf clear from Revolt because it's more similar to the like PPG and stuff like that. But PPG has gotten so outrageously expensive that I just don't see the point in it. Why would you need $1,500 worth of clear coat on a car? You wouldn't. So you won't see me use it. If somebody gave it to me, I guess I'd use it, but I'm certainly not going to buy it. John Wilbur says polyester filler William. That's Bondo Billy for short. That's funny. I've probably only used brand Bondo once or twice out of a quart can because somebody bought it. Somebody had a car and they were working on it and they wanted me to come help them and they had some Bondo in a quart can. One guy mixed his Bondo. He had a quart of Bondo. I wasn't there, but he took the little tube of hardener that came with it and put it in the can of Bondo, opened it for the first time, brand new, put it in there, stirred up paint stick, and he said after a while his paint stick got stiff. Let's see. The general nut, actually it runs pretty good. I started right now, except I got the battery on charger because I had the doors open and running the windows up and down, so battery's running down, so it's over there in another shop charging, but it actually fires up and runs halfway decent but he's got some plugs and plug wire stuff, so he's gonna do a tune-up when he gets back. Twisted Dennis, your boy Rich doesn't believe in clear coat. Now I got a old 65 step side out here that is going to be a demonstration of DA everything. Like I'm gonna do all the body work with DA, so you'll get to see it. The people on my YouTube garage channel will get to see like everything about it. Like I'm going to teach you how to do it, but the rest of you guys on the free channel, you get to see me doing some of it, stuff like that. You can see the finished product, but if you want to learn how to do it with DA and turn out the way it's going to turn out, you'll see it, then you need to be in the YouTube garage with me, because that's where I'm going to be doing most of this kind of stuff like we're doing right now. I'm going to have several live streams a week on the YouTube garage, and I'll probably do a couple, 3 live streams a month on YouTube and Facebook, maybe 2 or 3 each or something like that. But I'll be too busy with my members over in the garage. It's going to be like Bondo Billy magazine. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. I'm going to go to other guys' shops and see what they're doing and whatnot. Well, I can still see with my one good eye. Let's see. Anton, you peed in your pants. Peed on your pants. You're supposed to be a better aim than that. Armaca 95 TA. ETM7CH. You guys got these CIA code names or something? Billy, he says, he peed in the wash bucket. Have you tried the high solid, it moves, high solid from Lime clear coat? No, I'm not really into trying things. I mean, I've got paint sponsors. You saw my big shelf of paint stuff there, and I got quite a bit of Revolt paint over in another cabinet, but nowhere near as much as the Kirker. But the Revolt, like I say, I only use it on the high dollar jobs. Of course, I got some high dollar jobs coming in. I got the 65 Impala convertible, and the 69 Camaro, and the 63 C10 short wide bed, and the 65 Corvair candy blue, and the 95 Impala SS going black cherry candy pearl, and a 65. That 65 Impala is going black cherry candy pearl also. I'm going to see about putting them together and painting them both at the same time. So that would be pretty neat. A 30-year-old Impala and a 60-year-old Impala getting painted the same color at the same time. That sounds like a pretty good dog and pony show to me. Let's see. Oh, Dennis washed his hands of Rich. I don't know who Rich is. I get confused when I look at this little bitty text and stuff. Ever going to try DIY some wide body fenders? Yeah. Funny you say that, because I was just mentioning that on a live stream on Facebook last night. I'm gonna do some custom stuff. We're gonna make some bumpers and stuff like they do on little rice burning cars and stuff. And we'll get into that when the weather gets warmer and get caught up. But I got all kinds of cars stacked up with paint. Got the ones I was telling you about, and then coming, I got a 69 Boss 429 tribute car. He's got a 598 Boss motor, all aluminum he's building to put in it. And got a 70 mile Mach 1 coming. And got several cars maybe coming. You know, you've got to put your $50 no BS deposit down if you want to get on my schedule, because I get hundreds of comments a week about painting cars and stuff. A lot of them are just window shopping and wasting the time, so I cut them short when they drag their feet and go on about doing stuff to the car. I'm like, okay, well, you know, cash out me $50 and I'll put you on schedule for July or August or whenever I'm caught up with these other cars, and that shuts them up or they throw down. That's how it goes. Let's see, Super Thainer. It has been a long time. Did you get that plasma cutter all fired up and cutting? He was one of the ones that won a plasma cutter back in my early YouTube days. Had several plasma cutter winners back then. Cray 4667. Thanks. He loves the channel. Thank you. Dennis Shank. What was that? Moi? Oh, M6 something. M6i. Great information. I'm full of it. Let's see. Hi Mark 2889. First live for you. I don't know how many I've had, but I haven't done a zillion or anything, so it's still new enough to be fun. Is that a GM car or a Cutlass? That's the Rebel Lady. Well, Rebel Lady, Cutlass is a GM car, but this one's a Buick Riviera. Let's see, B. Stinson. Hey. Let's see, okay. What's this green button mean? Super Thainer sent me a laughing disco. Okay. I used to go to disco when I was a teenager. Back in the day. I could break it down. Let's see. Which is better, lead or fiberglass when putting a new quarter panel? He's doing 69 GTX and he said, I thought he was going to say won't do it right. He wants to do it right. He's new at it. Well, I'm putting patch panels on 74 Duster, and somebody has put quarter panels and stuff on the 69 Camaro, and they did a terrible job. Got no gap on one side of the trunk and got very little on the other, meaning you can't adjust it for a decent gap. So I'm gonna have to cut and re-weld and refabricate and all that. And once I get it ground down, I'm gonna use Fiberall Light fiberglass body filler, which is damn near indestructible. It's almost fireproof. I tried to burn some off of a piece one time and it didn't even want to catch fire. It just wanted to hold together. So lead's fine and all that if you're a good lead man, which I only did it in school. I learned how to do lead work when I was in school in 1981, but never wanted to do it again after that, and I haven't, and I won't. I need to use lead. My fiberglass will hold up forever. So you do your cutting and your welding, and then you put your fiberglass filler over your welds to, in my case, I'm using flux core always, and if there's any trace flux left, it won't react with the Fiberall Light. It would react with Bondo, like raw Bondo over flux core is not a good idea. But fiberglass filler is, like I say, is like a hard shell filler. It's not going to react with that stuff. So if you want to come and join the Bondo Billy Club, I'm going to be doing like Jim Carrey Truman Show. I'm going to have live camera watching me doing what I'm doing a lot on that channel, and I'll have tutorials as fine science, and that's why I'm charging $10 a month if you want me in the club, because I'm going to put a lot of work into it. And this stuff like we're doing right now, right here, it's going to happen every once in a while on YouTube, but it's going to happen pretty much every day, every other day, at least 4 or 5 times a week at the least. So, yeah, the live stream is going to be a common thing on the YouTube Garage. Let's see, Tim Miller 260 wants to know if I sprayed waterborne PPG. No, I shot Sickens Auto Wave and a little bit of what was it? Sherwin-Williams has one, I can't remember what it's called now, but I shot quite a bit of Auto Wave because that was the paint that the shop was using. Caliber Collision Center, which you probably heard of that. I was painting it one, and Sickens Auto Wave waterborne base coat was what we used, and I painted there for about a year before I couldn't see very good anymore. I had to retire from painting body work at the collision shop. Couldn't tell green from blue anymore, so you don't want me picking your color for you. And don't worry, Bondo O'Brien's going to spray the paint. I taught him to paint 23 years ago. He's pretty good at it. Super Thinner wants me to get up and get down. Well, I've lost my get up and get down in this. I can't break it down no more. I'll break a hip. Rebel Lady has 79 Riviera. Yeah, 79 would look a little bit different than this one. Unfinished project Dark Sport. Yep, seen some guys, some of the old guys on there that was here before I got mad at YouTube. You know, I went from getting, well, at the time it happened, I was getting about 5 or 6 million views a month on YouTube. This was way back in middle of 2024. And then YouTube did something, don't know what, and I went from having 5 or 6 million views a month to having 500,000 to 600,000 views a month, and so was monetized, but the money that I was getting got cut in less than half of what it was prior, and I got mad and said to hell with YouTube, and I went to Facebook where I had, I think, 70-something thousand followers, and built that up, and I got 310,000, maybe 312,000 now, but over 300,000 on Facebook now. And I got IT guy working the algorithm, so he's got YouTube growing again, and like I say, Facebook's already blown up, so I have gone well past 600,000 followers on all the big channels, Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and now on Twitch. I'm going to do live streams on Twitch and stuff. I'm going to be doing live streams like on 4 platforms all at the same time, so we will leave no stone unturned. Now, I got on, I'm backing up here to see who's talking, because I was over there on the Facebook live stream, and I can't remember his last name, but his first name was Jay, and he had like 30 comments or messages in a row, like shout out at me, or shout me out, or something's over and over and over again. It's shout. Well, I don't know if I was telling a story like I'm telling now or what, but his comments went past before I ever saw them. So when I came back, they were already gone. And so I noticed as they went on, and when I went back to the rerun, he was like getting mad because I wasn't shouting out at him. Look, if I'm not shouting you out, it's because I didn't see your comment, because I'm happy to shout everybody out. It's kind of, he's happy I'm alive. Well, I'm pretty happy about it too myself. I was alive and kicking over on Facebook, just building a big audience over there. So now I'm back, and my YouTube buddies that was there, it looks like a lot of you guys are still around and popping in, and I'm glad to see that too. Darth, unfinished product, Darth, he's still waiting for his t-shirt. He tried to order a t-shirt, the one that had the Bondo Billy Thug Life deal on it, where I had the fake tattoos and stuff, and had my 2 paint guns like this and all that. But he could never get it to work. He couldn't check out. And I don't know. Did you order a hat, or was I going to send you a hat, a flashlight? I can't remember. I'm old. But now I've got Shopify to screw things up for me. Like, I tried to put a sale on something, and on Billy Sticks, and it changed something about shipping. People, like 40 different people, tried to order a 3-piece set of my Billy Sticks, and it wouldn't let them. And come to find out, because it made the price of the sticks, putting it on sale, made it 1 cent different in the wrong direction or something, so it wouldn't let them check out. And that's the kind of help you get from Shopify. I hear now, anybody's thinking about doing internet sales of anything, don't use Shopify. I can't tell you who's good, because I haven't found somebody yet, but I'm going to be finding Square or something. Shopify is a terrible, terrible business. If they don't give me my money they're owed me, I'll make videos about them. I'll probably make videos about them anyway. They're worse than trolls. That's a good story. It's a cautionary tale. I had like 4 or 5 different t-shirts, and I wanted free shipping on my t-shirts, so I get the Shopify AI assistant, and I tell them I want to put free shipping on my t-shirts, and oh, I can help you do that, and go here. So I go there, and he says, name your promotion, and I named it free shipping on t-shirts, and then it was something, pick a start date, which was today, and pick an end date, which was never, because I wanted free shipping on t-shirts all the time. So it was all finished, and there it goes. And so when I got finished putting free shipping on t-shirts, I had put free shipping on everything, and anything I sold, when it got down to shipping for the customers, it said free shipping on t-shirt minus however much shipping was supposed to be on whatever they ordered. And I didn't catch it for about 2 weeks, and I lost all my shipping on everything that I sold. And some of the stuff I sold was drop ship stuff, where I had like a $5 markup just so I'd make a little bit of money on it, make it centralized products for my Billy Stick customers, where they could get the same kind of sandpaper I used, and I got a discount from the sandpaper place, so my sandpaper was the same cost as you go someplace else and buy it, and I'd make about $5 on it. Well, the shipping on the sleeve sandpaper, pretty heavy, was $6.99. So what does that mean? That means you go to Bondo Billy and buy sleeve sandpaper, and he's going to send it to you and pay $1.99 shipping on it, and that came out of my pocket. I didn't make any money at all, and I had to take $1.99 out of my pocket to mail you your sandpaper. So I found out what was going on, and I go tell the AI assistant, hey, what's going on here? Why am I giving free shipping on t-shirts to a guy that's buying a set of Billy Sticks? Oh, well, we can't separate free shipping. And I said, well, why didn't you tell me that before? And, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And so I said, show me our beginning conversation where I started this AI assistance, your assistance, on my free shipping on t-shirt. Oh, data's corrupted, can't find it. Can find stuff before that, stuff after that, but can't find that. The thing that would hold Shopify accountable for costing me a bunch of money. Oh, we can't find that information. And that AI assistant, that conversation goes from him, the AI assistant, to a Shopify employee who sees what's up. Oh, well, we need to not be able to find that conversation so that we don't have to pay this guy's losses that we caused by not, letting him know that he was stepping off a cliff. So Shopify, don't use Shopify. I'm gonna make videos about them. I promise you. Hate them guys. That's the least of it. There's so many things. If you're a new person trying to get your feet wet or whatever in retail sales, online sales, you expect a big company like that to actually help you, but all they care about is getting their cut of whatever you sell. And they got plenty of other customers, so if you don't sell, as much as you could with no skin off their back, they're still getting their money. Let's see. Teddy Spaghetti, 1317. He is working on front bumper, got it primered, all prime. Sanded down with 36. Are you wanting to sand the primer or all the paint off the bumper? I would never sand the bumper with 36 unless it's a metal bumper. And I can't imagine why you'd sand a metal bumper with 36. Let's see. Ryan Cochran, is that right? Or Corcoran? You'll have to help me with that. Washington. Whips and stuff. Same car, Billy. I've been working on this car for 2 years. Ask some guys up there, ask Unlimited or Unfinished Project Dark Sport, he'll tell you. I've been working on a long time. This car, between YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, has probably had close to 20 million views. So it's a famous car. Miguel Fierro. He wants to know where I'm from. I'm from Chicago. Moved here to Oklahoma in 1966 when I was 4 years old. Miguel's something about the casino back in the day. It was a bingo hall. Let's see, got a gallon. Tim Miller, he's got a gallon of water, arrow, clear. A guy got the paint. And that's another thing. Well, this is a Google phone here, but the phone that you're watching me on is an iPhone. It's like a $1,500 phone, which I got it much cheaper than that because of trading in an iPhone 13 on it. But that Siri, she's one idiot and cannot transcribe more than 60 or 70% of what I say, whereas the Google phone, usually hits 90-95%. So you'd think that the stupid iPhone would be better than the Google phone, but it's not. It's that same thing like the Shopify. We got lots of customers, so we don't have to do good customer service. Morons. Let's see. Ryan travels to work every day. Are you a truck driver? Airline pilot? Tim Miller says Sickens base use a hardener or reducer. I don't, so I'm sure you use a reducer. The Auto Wave had a waterborne reducer of some sort. It's been a long time. That was 2013. Was the last time I was a collision shop painter, matching colors and all that, was 2013. My vision got too bad, I couldn't do it anymore. Your name is Miguel Fierro. Isn't that what I said? LOL. Are you the painter guy talking? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to somebody? You gotta say their name or else I think you're talking to me. RGCE5HJ from Florida. That's a hard to pronounce name. Anton, who called? Who called who? Hey, you got a 66 Lincoln Continental retractable. It's got the, did they have a hard top retractable on a 66 Lincoln? I didn't even know that. I thought they had convertible, but I didn't know they had the hard top. Ryan's insecurity. Gotta go around here and there. Jose Rivera. He's shouting out from Chicago. I'm down from Chicago. Last time I was there was 1974. I was 12 years old. Shots out to you from Chicago. That's about right. There's a lot of people getting shot in Chicago right now. And for quite a while. Evan Mikas, he says, I got excellent info on my channel. Thank you. I do my best. Now, just because I got $10 a month, YouTube Garage doesn't mean I'm not going to still be posting highlight reels. You guys know, older guys like Dart Sport and stuff, you know that shorts was my thing, and that's what I posted, the shorts. And I could pack some good information into a minute, but I'm still going to be doing shorts on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, all that. I'm still going to be doing the same thing I've always been doing. I just have a lot better, a lot more concise information over in my members garage. And you asked me a question there, it's going to get answered. I'm not going to miss it unless 100,000 people join or something, which would be fine. You know, $10 times 100,000. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Let's see. Anton's got a Google Pixel. That's what I'm holding. See it? Google Pixel 10 Pro. I just started using it today. I've had it for a week. Been working on this car. I hadn't had time to mess with a new phone. I just did this afternoon when my IT guy was here and needed to set up stuff for me. I didn't want to have to try to do it myself because I hate technology crap. Anton, you got BJ's on? I figured you was laying around in your underwear. Aaron sent Laughing Disco for 250 joules. I have no idea what that means. Of course, people on Facebook are always sending me stickers and fire emojis and all kinds of stuff. I don't know what that means either, but I always give them thumbs up. Thanks for whatever that was. Speaking of which, where's my flying hearts? I like to see them flying hearts. Don't anybody got nothing to, your finger broken, you can't push on the little heart thing. Make old Billy feel good. Kimberly Williams, you've seen a 65 Corvair. When it came to me, it had a 454 in it, and we stripped it and put some white epoxy primer on it. And then he came and got it and took it away and took the 454 out and brought it back to us with no motor in it. And when he gets back, he says he's going to put a 350 in. Although I think he was talking about 383 or something, small block. There's the flying hearts. That's the way it should be done. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Jose Rivera wants to know if I still paint cars. No, I don't paint cars. I wish I still could paint cars, but my son does the whole car painting. I still paint spots. We'll paint maybe fingers or something. I painted the bottom part of the door here, this part of the door, and blended into the quarter, because after we painted it, somebody knocked a big dent right here somewhere where I couldn't get on. My buddy with PDR tools couldn't get to it because the door skin, it was like near the back edge of the door. He couldn't get his PDR tool in there to push it out. So I painted the door there and the quarter panel there. See that guy? Can you see him? I don't know, maybe you can. See my Pixel phone? But anyway, I don't paint much anymore because if I do the painting, it's going to be indicating flow all over the place. What happened? Where'd the chat go? There it is. Jose's giving me a update on my homeland over there in Chicago. It's getting wild. Yeah, we see it on the news. There's my hearts flying. Yay! Let's see. Jinkies 3 thinks I do awesome work, entertaining, educational, and keeping it real. That's right, you gotta keep it real. Tim Miller said hi. Tim, I saw you up there, up higher on the thing, but you can say hi again, I guess. Anton says, it was the other painter. Check the camera. The other painter did that. Put the dent in the car. No, I think it was my brother-in-law. He's like a bull in the china closet. Clyde Sanchez, 8174, got his hat off to Bondo Billy. Best ever, in his opinion. Well, I value your opinion. And, where'd he go? I see these things move around and I can't find them again. He's been painting a long time, but the level of skill this man had, oh, he's talking about me, is incredible. Well, thank you, Clyde. Good words, good words. Yeah, I'm going to make this last year of me doing body work the best ever, because I just really, I close this eye and look at that screen, it looks like a bunch of gobbledygook. Looks like it's, if you took a piece of paper and was writing all over it, chopped it up in little pieces and kind of just stuck it back together. The words are, half of them going this way and that way. It's a bad deal. But I can still do my welding because it provides a lot of bright light. This one eye I can still see straight, even though it's got a smoky film over it, or in it. How much does my son charge to paint a car? Well, he doesn't do the charging, I do the charging, because when he does it, he doesn't charge enough and gets himself in bind. And sometimes I don't charge enough either, but like he really don't charge enough. And so, like this car, I'm talking about the 20 million views on it. Well, I did a lot of stuff that wasn't necessarily on the ticket, so to speak, just for the sake of entertaining or compelling content. So this was like a $10,000 job that I did at a discount, but then I did a $15,000 worth of work to it. So, but it's not about the money. It's made money on the content end of it. So I didn't lose money, but I didn't charge the amount of money for what the type of job was. Like these little fiberglass fillers take the place of the rubber, flexible ones that were on there. I wet sand and buff these little pieces, little fiberglass pieces, with all 3 different bits of sandpaper, and then use my little machine, my little train. I hear you. But then I wet sand all these bumper fillers 3 times with 3 different grits, and then I buffed it with 3 different pads, buffed it with a wool pad, and then with compound, a foam pad with compound, and then a foam pad with polish, and they're still going to be hand polished. So all that work going into these 4 bumper fillers has nothing to do with a $10,000 paint job. I'm not going to do that on a $10,000 paint job. I did that, you know, for the sake of General Bacon, who owns the car, to do him a nice job because we drug it out so long. It's obviously not the driver; he couldn't move out for 2 years. But you know, when you send the car off to the paint shop, you'd like to get it back sometime. And so he's been waiting a long time. So I did some extras for him that I wouldn't do normally. And on a $10,000 job, I'm not going to wet sand and buff your bumper fillers like a $50,000 show car or something like that. That's just a content thing. So just little things like that, and various other little things that don't come to mind. But I did a lot of stuff to this car that I wouldn't do to the cars you're going to see that are $10,000 paint jobs. I did a lot of stuff to this that would not be included in $10,000. And believe you me, I told you in the commercial just the other day about 1976. $10,000 doesn't go very far in 2026. You know, it's $10,000 job needs to get in and get out. It needs to be done in like a month or less, and that's what I'm planning on doing. Just putting chrome on doesn't pay, and I've been doing it for over a week, and I didn't charge enough to do all that. The cars I'm doing for $10,000 don't have chrome on. I told somebody, you could offer me $3,000 to take all your chrome off and put it back on, and I won't take it. I don't want that $3,000. Keep it. I'm either going to mask the chrome up, or you're going to take it off, or you're going to hire somebody wherever you are. If you can get somebody to do it for $2,000, well, then I guess you did good, because I wouldn't do it for $3,000. I hate doing that stuff. Mainly because you can't see. You can't see to take screws out, put it back in, stuff like that. A drop screw, just lost and gone forever until I get somebody with some decent vision to come find it for me. Let's see, Trucker Tom 2, he says hi, Trucker Tom. Paul Johnson, all is well except for I need to get this river here back to Arkansas. That's the only thing that's not well. It's got to go so I can get to work on my other projects. I got Duster to finish up because we don't have enough Mopar in the mix. Got a guy out in West Virginia supposed to be bringing me a 70-mile CUDA, but I don't know if he's coming. He's talking like he's coming, but then he's dragging his feet. And I told him yesterday, so I got appointments bought, like I was telling you, a $50 appointment up until the end of August, but for a CUDA, I'll make a extra slot for a CUDA, because I'd like to have some Mopar stuff. So if he doesn't take me up on it before the shop fills up, my other shop will hold like 8 cars, and I've got 5 in there at the moment, and I got 2 coming. So what does that tell you? There's room for 1 more. If he don't take the slot, then CUDA's gonna have to wait till like August or later if he doesn't take the slot for August. I'm gonna book myself up till 2 years after my funeral. So better get on that schedule if you want to be on it. But luckily I'm gonna teach some younger folk how to do things the way I do it. So when I'm just old, decrepit old fart sitting there in the chair and can't do nothing, at least I can, go over there and run my hand over and say, no, give us a spot, stuff like that. Let's see, Clyde says, I thought you didn't get that message, but let me come work for you free of charge for the last year, and I will take the knowledge and be good forever. Well, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning comes pretty early. You gonna be here on time? I got plenty of work for you to do. If you're not doing anything, or I gotta teach you everything. Not that I mind teaching people everything, because most of the time you get somebody that supposedly knows what they're doing, they don't. But if you get certified, billified, then you'll be okay. You can fix some cars. Speaking of the message, what message you talking about? I don't remember getting a message from somebody saying they would come work on me, work on my cars and stuff. But that's like tuition. If you're a good student and somebody wants to come work on cars with me and they're a good student, then I would take the time to teach them stuff if they were helping me get the work done. So as many of you guys out there want to do that, I got a spot for you. I got lots of cars to work on. And back in 1985, I hired a couple of older guys. I was only 23, and I hired a couple of older guys to do body work and stuff. And they were like in their 30s and stuff, and they didn't want to listen to me. I was just a punk kid, even though I was 5 times better than either one of them guys were. So I ran them off and was teaching the young guys. I had teenagers, people younger than me that would actually do what I told them to do. This was back in the 80s, so not like today where you tell a teenager something, he tells you to F off and all that crap. So it was different back in those days. So I had 6 teenagers, and every single one of them could fix dents, dings and scrapes and scratches and stuff with DA, and prime it and block it with DA and make it look like I've never been in trouble. And then I took an 18-year-old kid in the paint booth and spent a week painting with him, and he painted, before he moved off to Arizona, he painted like 800 cars and had a success rate of about 99%, because we had 90 degrees in the paint booth all the time, winter, summer, spring, fall, and so he could lay that stuff down and never worry about no runs because it was hot in there, and he had already been trained well. So you come work with me for a year, you're gonna be badass body man. That's all I got to tell you. Let's see, Paul Johnson, HR 9781. He says, do I need to take all the old paint off to spray single stage? Can I leave E-coat on? The only time you need to take all the paint off is if all the paint is bad. So, most of the time, if the car's been painted 3 or 4 times, then you probably need to take it all off. But if it's the factory paint, it's not like clear coat peeling and crap like that. If it's just dead or dull, or even if it's a repaint, that's not too bad. You don't have to take all the paint off. You can spray some primer over it. But each car is different, so I would hate to give you bad advice. So if you take all the paint off, it's going to be okay, as long as you do it right. Let's see, Joe Ham. He might be Hammer time. Have you ever done Dodge Coronet? No, not yet. Why, you bring me one to do? Let's see, Tim Miller says, weird train going to, I'm on main line going east west. What? That made no sense. Kimberly Williams says, don't you love those trains? Oh yeah, I guess you guys both talking about trains. Let's see, Clyde says, I already read that. Russell Whitaker, what's up, Russell? Russell won something. I'm not sure if I ever sent it to him. Billy, don't forget. I do forget, but things remind me of things that I forgot. So Russell's got something coming. Russell, send me a message or something. I'll send you something here pretty soon. I don't know what it was I was supposed to send you, but I'll send you one of those or something. Because I left YouTube in a huff, and although I might have forgotten about you guys, or you might have been gone from my site, you're not forgotten. When I see your name, it all comes back. Josh Josh. Okay, wordplay, hard on my eye. You flux core stick out trick works good. Was able to patch up my rockers on a 2005 Accord with ease. That's right. I tell these welding experts, pipeline space shuttle welders, I can weld 26 gauge galvanized with 035 flux core wire in a 200 amp welder, no problemo. And then I go on YouTube and prove it, and they still want to argue with me. Beat it to death with a 2-pound hammer in the rig. Now I've only been flux core welding since 2022 because I listened to welders before that who said you couldn't weld sheet metal flux core. So that's what you get for listening to experts. Lacho, is it Lacho or Lacho? 17, he's learned a lot from me. You're welcome. What's shaking bacon? Manon Sanchez, what's the best primer for bare metal and Bondo on a complete? On bare metal, if you're going to use epoxy, you have to make sure you use metal conditioner prior to the epoxy, because epoxy will not stick to bare metal all by its little self. You sand all the paint off the panel down to the bare metal, and you do not treat that metal, you do not etch it. That epoxy is not stuck to that metal. It's, sticking to the top of it, but it's not ingrained into the metal. The ingrained part comes from the metal conditioner. I'll be demonstrating this coming up very soon. I got a 65 Chevy pickup out there that my helper stripped while I was putting this car together and stuff. And it just got rained on a little bit ago, but I don't care. We stripped it with 36 grit. It's not going to rust to speak of. We'll go out and look at it tomorrow morning, and I'll make a video about it, how it set out in rain and bare metal, and we'll go on from there. But you've got to use metal conditioner on the bare metal before putting epoxy on. You got to do the steps necessary to make sure the epoxy has adequate adhesion to the metal. Whereas if you use 2K self-etching primer, your adhesion is like molecular. The primer itself, the reducer and stuff in the primer, is eating into the metal just like the metal prep that you use to get metal ready to spray epoxy over. It's already in the primer for the 2K self-etching primer. The primer itself is eating into the metal, not the metal prep that you need to eat into the metal before you put the epoxy on. So that's where a lot of mistakes come in. It's like MIG welding. The amateur guy will be so happy because he took the MIG welder and made him a stacking dime looking weld. It looks real pretty. And then you whack it with a hammer one time and it snaps in 2 pieces because it's not welded. It's a pretty bead laid on top of 2 pieces of metal. Whereas flux core, if you didn't blow a hole, then it's welded. Because when that arc starts, that metal vaporizes. So you got to be real deft with the trigger to let go of it. I mean, pulling the trigger is easy. Let go of the trigger in time, that's the only hard part that you have to learn. But epoxy and 2K self-etching primer are what you need on bare metal, but epoxy has more steps necessary to ensure that it's going to work right. Listen to Billy. Anton K, Billy's favorite Hutchins orbital airflow. Yeah, got lots of old guys that, I understand they buy a tool for $150, 30, 40 years ago. That was a fortune. So they got to stand by the purchase and make it seem like it was well worth the money and all that. But to me, it has to do what I want to do. It doesn't matter if it costs $1 zillion. I spent 14 paychecks on it, all excited about it. If it doesn't work, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna throw it down and say, you don't work. I wasted my money on this piece of crap. But You know, them guys crack me up, get them old Hutchins orbital air file like Anton's talking about. The thing's uncontrollable. It's trying to go every which way while you try to use it. And that's just stupid. There's no use for it. I mean, you should never ever use one. If you got one, I'm sorry, buddy. You screwed up. You should, put it on the shelf for decoration or something. You shouldn't be using it on a car. You can use it on a boat or something. It's all wavy anyway, I guess, but there's no point. Let's see, Damon Sutherland, he says hi. All right, Clyde, when are you coming? I got lots of work to do. Where were you last week? I had lots of work to do back then too. Think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. Get down here and get to work. I'm gonna show you all the stuff. Have you welding in a week? You'll be welding like a madman. Cutting and welding and priming and blocking and buffing and painting and buffing. All of it. Anton, you'll come and work for me, but I have to pay. I thought you were going to say I would have to provide you with Coors Light, or Bud Light, I should say. Now, I hadn't seen too many hearts flying here in the last minute or two. And then here we go with that guy, that one. He threw down $5. He's a real man. You boys can't even give me a heart. He gave me $5. Thanks, that guy. Up there's some hearts flying, you guys. I'm glad you're listening. I thought you'd fall asleep out there. Well, that guy, you learned a lot from me, and I hope you learn a lot more, because I got a lot more for you. Just keep on coming. If you have a serious project that you're working on, then I recommend my $10 a month club, because then I'm like your pro shop guy. You can get a hold of me today, and I'll answer your question today, and if we need to, we'll go in your shop with a Zoom call and get to the heart of the matter, but that's only through my club. Russell Whitaker, email me. It's my email's up at the top of my YouTube thing, so email me and remind me what it was that you won, and I'll throw some extra in with your spoils. I'll give you a set of Billy sticks. You need Billy sticks. Whether you need them or not, you need them, because they just look cool. You can put it up on the wall. Have I ever painted a '63 Buick Riviera, a Buick LeSabre? No. Can't say as I have. I was trying to think of what one looks like, but I can't even remember that. I'm sure I've seen one. I was talking about my '36 Chevy that I bought, and it made me think. I bought it in 1976, so it was 40 years old. And I think about today, 40 years old is an IROC Z, and it's hard to imagine that that's for a 40-year-old car, because my 40-year-old '36 Chevy looked like it was 100 years old. But I guess that's just par for the course, because the build quality of a '36 Chevy was nothing like the later models. Even though the plastic was going bad, the actual body structure and stuff was a lot better. Let's see, Mike Daniels. Who else did I miss? Did I say hi to Damon Sutherland? Hi, Damon. Yeah, I don't want people getting mad at me because I didn't shout out at it on my live stream. Jay, are you out there on this one? He was on Facebook. If you come to this one, I'll shout out at you. Kimberly Williams is not from Muskogee. Are you an Okie? But not from Muskogee? Anton, you'll work for you'll work for Bud Light. That was your favorite, Bud Light. That guy's got a K5 Blazer. Yeah, on the square body blazers and pickups where they got the really curved, like coming from the top of the bedside, it curves out real sharp, and goes down the truck. My around the outside wood block that's round on top and round on the bottom and 8 inches long is real good for getting that straightened out. '66 Comet or Cornet. Nope, I haven't made the Cornet. Is there a Buick Skylark behind you? No, that's a Riviera. LS switch to Z28. Yeah, next door, got a 78 Z28 in process. Got a Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am tribute coming, 78 Trans Am. It's white. We're gonna make Smokey and Bandit style tribute out of it. Kimberly Williams' house family down by me. Where are you now? Go off Texas or something? Northeast of me. Are you still in Oklahoma? Why ask, why try, buddy? 21, 26. Are you in Cali? My boys, well, my youngest son and my oldest son are in Woodlake, California. My middle son's here painting cars for me. Danger Dave. Joe Ham. 66 Cornet. Is it 66 Cornet or 66 Comet? I think you're saying Coronet. Got an O in between the R and the N. The Nova Man up in Michigan. Kimberly says yes to what? No, yes to, are you still in Oklahoma? What part of Oklahoma are you in? Boy George Strait. That's an oxymoron, I think. What kind of Nova you got, Nova Man? I'll tell you my favorite, but I'll let you say what man you got first. Kimberly's family's got the Corvair, northeast corner, northeast, let's see, up in Tulsa and northeast of Tulsa or something, Miami. Birmingham, Alabama, that's where Jimmy Harden is at. He's got a 75 Nova. Well, oddly enough, my favorite Novas are, was it 65 and 66, or 66 and 67, or is it 65 through 67? I'm not that fond of the 62 through whatever years those are, but when they get more square, 65, 6, 7, something like that, and then 75, 6, and 7 Novas are my next favorite Nova. But don't tell the second generation, no, third generation Novas. You got the first generation, 60, whatever, through 64, and then the second generation, 65 through 67, then third generation, 68 through 74, then the last generation, 75 through 77, or did they make it 78? I can't remember, but I like the last generation also. It's my second favorite. Kim Claremore, is that in the northeast corner? I guess it is. Let's see. 77 Chevy Love stepside. All right, well, that's cool. My brother-in-law from my first marriage, he was a heavy drinker, and he bought a yellow Chevy Love. It was not a stepside, it was just a regular bed. And we spent several weekends, this is in the late 70s, early 80s, we spent several weekends getting ready to paint, and paint it black, put some cool racing stripes on the hood and stuff, because when I was a teenager I liked to do that kind of stuff. And I was out in the yard, I lived out in the country, had a car in Mom and Dad's garage, and I was out in the driveway in front of the garage, right there in the yard, working on another car outside, and my brother-in-law pulls up in our circle driveway off the dirt road, and I look up and I see the passenger side of the truck, and so I just decided right there, walk out there and talk to him, and I'm going out there, and he's gotten out of the truck, and he's walking around the front of the truck, and he's like, not saying anything coherent. And I come around there, and he starts walking back around the driver's side, and so I walk around the driver's side, and the whole driver's side of the car, or this Chevy left truck, is just annihilated. It looked like he ran up against the brick wall and just caved it all in. He destroyed it. That's what happens when you drink and drive. Let's see, Jimmy Harden got a 98 GMC Jimmy. He'd love for me to paint. Well, you'll have to have Bondo Billy paint it for you. I can help get it ready to paint, but it won't be me painting on it. But I'll be there in the background talking about it getting painted while it's getting painted, because I'm going to do live stream paint jobs coming up soon again, now that I got a portable internet, we call it gateway. So far it's worked everywhere I put it, whereas I stopped doing live stream when it started getting cold, because I had shut the door and my phone doesn't have good enough signal to do it. Right now it's running off the gateway, Verizon, pretty good. Let's see. Why ask, why try, buddy? Bud dry. Why ask, why try, bud dry? He's never been alive. He feels like he's talking to a movie star. Yeah, I'm a movie star. Swimming pools and movie stars. Touch my thingy. That's CZAP 23. No, 23? Yeah, it moves. I hate it when this thing moves while I'm reading it. Two-door Chevy wagon. What's a two-door Chevy wagon? Like a Nomad? Love them Nomads. Have I ever painted a Blazer or a Jimmy? Yeah, we just had one brown and white one roll out of here, 77 miles. No, last month sometime. I actually did paint it. Well, I painted the white, and then Bondo Billy came and painted the brown, and then I painted the 77. They have a stripe kit on the hood. It had three-tone of brown and gold on the white hood. The hood and the top was white on the brown Blazer, and the side panels were white, like they do two-tone on the square bodies. But I painted the stripes on. I used gold. I used the gold and the brown and some red that I had, and I made the outer stripe closest to the brown fender gold, and then I made the center stripe rose gold, and then I made the inner stripe combination of the brown of the truck mixed with a little bit of gold in it. So it turned out really good. Let's see. Kimberly says her husband's got a 37 GMC truck. Oh, she moved. 45 Chevy truck, 52 Chevy truck, 62 Chevy truck. It's a 45, 52, 62 automobile, 66 Bel Air, 69 Galaxy 500, a couple of OBS trucks, and several square body trucks. They all need painting. Well, y'all better get sanding them down, bring them on down, I'll paint them. Have Bondo Billy do it anyway. Let's see. Kimberly's got A1 Bronco that she's currently working on. I never had not new Ford truck or Bronco. I had 60s and 70s Ford trucks. 74 was the newest Ford truck I ever had. Let's see. White with gold stripes on your Blazer. Republican distress. He's been in business since '96. I've always respected learning from old school guys. That's good. Old school guys know some stuff. And that's why he's been so successful. Probably is. It helps learn all you can learn. I'm all for learning new stuff. If somebody would come out with some new stuff that was actually, really meant anything. It's like these young punks in there. You got to put epoxy on before you put Bondo on. Well, we've been putting Bondo on bare metal since the time began. And if I put Bondo on bare metal and I paint it, and you take care of that paint and don't, let it get scratched up and all that. If it gets a scratch in the paint, then water can get in through the scratch and it'll go through Bondo stuff and hit the metal. Yeah, sure. But if you take care of that paint, that Bondo's never going to fail. It's never, ever, 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 ever going to